Hello everyone, welcome to FCA Friday, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things in the world, books. Specifically, my recommendations for summer reads or summer books. First off, these are mostly geared towards adults, but teenagers and college people could definitely enjoy this. I feel like college kids don't care about reading outside of their things, unless they're me. But here are my recommendations and my favorite types of summer reads for 4 different types of occasions. There are the books that you read when there's nothing to do. There are the books that you read when you're on a road trip. There are books that you read when it's a stormy night. And then there are books that you read at the pool or by the beach. So let's get into my favorite kind of book to read when I'm at the beach or at the pool and I'm done swimming or I'm not getting into the water yet. I just want to get some sun. If you want to do any of those kind of things, the best thing to do is to have a book with you. My recommendations are pretty much anything by Sophie Kinsella. The Shopaholic series that everyone's known about for years is absolutely amazing because these are light reads. She also has books like Can You Keep a Secret and Undomesticated Goddess, which I do not have in my hands. But all of these books are very, very lighthearted, but they're funny. It's funny and it's relatable to get into these characters' heads. This one has been talked about loads, but I'll just briefly go over it. The main character doesn't realize her problems, and when you have the whole series, these are easy to pick up, but they're easy to put down kind of books, which makes them great for by the pool. So you can be reading the book and you're happy, you're into it, but it's not so gripping that if a volleyball game comes up or someone wants you to play frisbee, you're in the mood for the pool. It's not gonna be like, I can't do it. You can go, oh, and you can finish up the chapter. The chapters are fairly short. And it's fun to get into the heads of these characters. And yes, gentlemen, it is kind of a classic, there's something special about her. Average girl meets a big-time CEO who didn't know he was looking for love but found it kind of thing. But each one of these, the characters are very similar. I'm just going to let you know that right now. The character Becky and the character Emma are very similar type of people, but they're written by the same author in a similar style, so it's forgivable to me. And like I said, those are the perfect kind of things for by the pool or at the beach, where it's fun, it's lighthearted, and you're into the story. So if you don't want to do anything else, you have a good story. But if you do want to do something else, it's not something that's going to be nagging at your mind and keeping your focus away. Trips! People like to do a lot of road tripping in the summer, and sometimes you're the navigator, sometimes you're the driver, and sometimes you're the person in the back seat who's just told, get me a drink. And if you're that person in the back seat, or if you're not busy navigating in the passenger seat, fairly long trip, and you just got a whole bunch of highway ahead of you, I recommend how-to books like these. This is called Buy Ketchup in May and Fly at Noon. This is the book that tells you the best time to buy that, do that, and go there. This is a how-to book as well. This is by Jessica Hagee, and this is by Mark Vincenzo. I apologize. I'm not great with any other language than English, maybe Latin. This is Jessica Hagee, or Hagee, H-A-G-Y, for How to Be Interesting. These are perfect books for road trips because, one, they're light, they're easy. Look how thin these are. There's not much to them. How to Be Interesting is basically pictures and diagrams with little simple blurbs, and the chapters are really simple. How to be interesting? Become a spy. How to be interesting? Go explore. So when you're on the road trips, these are things that are easy. The information's easy to share and not bore people with the carriage. You can be sitting there flipping through. Like with this one, there's no particular order. You can flip through whatever you're looking for. It's like, when's the best time to visit here? Oh, this is the best time to visit here. You're flipping through. Hey, did you guys know that the best time to buy shoes is at the end of the day? That way you know that if you're going to be on your feet all day, that your shoes are still going to feel comfortable at the end of your shift. And in case Susie calls off again and you have to cover for her, why hasn't she been fired yet? Darn it. What's the best time of day to shop for meat? The first thing in the morning on weekdays, according to this book. and he tells you what his sources are and all of that information. How-to books are great because they're simple, they're easy to share, and you can direct your attention if you need to and go, oh, by the way, our exit's coming up. Mentioned for summer nights and summer days, there are also stormy days and stormy nights when it's raining and you don't feel like going out anywhere because of the rain and it's dragging you down. And the best book to have on a day like that is a good old-fashioned mystery book. Or if you're not into mystery and you're into romance, I do have a recommendation for you there, but we're going to cover the mystery books first. Anything by Agatha Christie or Barbara Block. Barbara Block is very in-depth. Her mysteries are a little less complex than Agatha Christie's, especially the Hercule Poirot novels. They're amazing to read because they're very gripping, they're very detailed, and when it's storming and lightning outside and you're sitting there going, and then I heard the gunshot or whatever you're reading, it really sets a mood for you, and you can, you don't have anything else to do, you don't have anywhere else to go. You're just like, yes, yes. Very, very detailed. Another recommendation for the stormy night kind of books is a thick book, something like this. Now, this particular book is by Sophie Kinsella, and I know I said that they're good for by the pool and by the beach, but this one, I've Got Your Number, is twice the size of any of her other books. It's two of her books in one, which means better character, better story plot, even more in-depth character development, and you actually get into the head of another character in a way with this particular book, which is I've Got Your Number. And it's really great to see the build-up and breakdown of the character in this one. I think her name is Poppy, and I'm using my bookmark as my library checkout card as a bookmark. But it's great for those stormy, rainy nights because there's a lot to it. You don't have anything else to do. There's a lot to get through, and it's a lot more gripping and funny, and you're like, oh, there's a lot of moments in the I've Got Your Number book, which are great for stormy nights because you want something that's interesting and that's going to pick you up and keep your focus, because you don't want to be reading a book like Can You Keep a Secret going, oh, I wonder if she's going to run into the CEO again. That's not the kind of book for a stormy night. You want something with depth. You want something with good character development. You want something intensely gripping when it's a stormy night. And finally, the summer days that are absolutely ineffable and completely unavoidable. Nothing to do. There's nothing to do today. Yeah, you have a couple chores and some necessities, but you don't have work, you don't have class, and consequently, you don't have money to go out or anybody to go out with. What am I supposed to do today? You're supposed to read a book that is going to be either something that's going to be not too lighthearted. You want something that's going to be a little more informative. If you want something that's more going to keep your interest for a long time, murder mystery is always up for it. Susan Kendall and Joanne Fluke are very different from Barbara Block or Agatha Christie when it comes to murder mysteries, because these two, their story takes a long time to get into, which is why they're good for the nothing to do days, because you read a few chapters, you're getting some background and some exposition, and then, oh, I guess I better go to the store. Get that done. Let me go see what's happening here. Oh, I better get those dishes done. It's something that you're going to be interested in, but going to keep it fairly light. And both of these things do that, where you're not going to get to the gripping intensity until you're almost through, and then you're going to be like, it all makes sense. And it's not that they're bad. I think that they're really good, but they're not as intense where you have to focus or you will miss something like Agatha Christie. They're more like, let me do this. And also, the Joanne Fluke books, the Hannah Swenson ones, have recipes in them. So if you're looking for something, you're just like, oh, look at that. Here's a strawberry shortcake recipe or a fondue cookie recipe. Chocolate fondue. And that leads me to my next point. The next kind of book that's perfect for a nothing to do kind of day, a really chill day, is an informative book. Now this is Shopping for Vintage, a definitive guide to fashion. And I'm just interested in that because I feel like summer is a good time to get informed about fashion trends before and after. Because summer, there's nothing really big happening. All the big things happen in spring and in fall for new trends for the new year and the new color. You can keep up with those things by learning about that. And again, there's no chapters. You don't have to have a start to finish kind of thing. You can read about garage sales and thrift shops and how to look and get the best things. But general informative books are what is going to be the best for a nothing to do kind of day. If you're interested in kayaking and you've never done it before, if you're interested in fossils or geology, if you're looking for some new folk tales, just information, any of the For Dummies books, Chess for Dummies, whatever, that's a good time to get some information that you don't necessarily have to use right away, but just something to keep your interest and that you're able to easily put down in case something does come up, or I better start dinner, close this, because I'm telling you right now, with a book like Murder on the Orient Express, I'm not cooking dinner. I'm not going to the store. I'm not going to remember until the book is done. And even then, I'm going to have an hour to recover from the information that I received. Maybe that's just... Those are them. Those are my summer reads. So just a quick recap. A lighthearted, simple novel like Confessions of a Shopaholic for when you're at the beach or by the pool. Some recipes or just some information for the there's nothing to do today kind of summer days. When you're road tripping, break out the how-to books. And when it's a dark and stormy night, get yourself some mysteries. Or a really, really big book that is in your range. Like I've got your number. I'm not sponsored by anything. I'm not going to tell you. I'm sure you can find them on the audio versions of most of these books. But I'm not sponsored by anyone, any author, any publishing houses. It's just me giving you my recommendations for summer reads so that when you have nothing to do or nothing to do in the road trip, or you don't know what to do at the pool when you're not swimming, or the stormy night and you need something, I'm giving you things to do. And I will talk to you all later. See you for Makeup Monday and next week for FCA Friday. And don't forget that August starts vlogging every day because it's my birthday month. So follow me every day, subscribe, and you get to see me at least twice a week, if not every day, in August.